You impregnated me. Human now, our alien hybrid puppies are coming. Captain Tyra was not like most aliens. She was canary tall, proud, covered in soft green fur. Her people were known for science, not emotions. Feelings were considered weakness. That's why she was the perfect choice for the Earth mission. She had one job: observe human biology and report back. Nothing more. Tyra landed in a small outpost near Earth's Arctic zone. She kept her distance from the humans, observed their skin, blood, bones, and habits. Humans were noisy, emotional, and always smiling. Strange behavior for such fragile creatures. One human, though, stood out. Lieutenant Adam. He was quiet, like her. Focused, sharp eyes, brown hair, and always asking questions. He was a medic for the Earth team. While others joked or danced around campfires, Adam preferred books, data, and long walks under the stars. They spoke only when needed. Sometimes he offered her warm tea. She didn't drink it, but she didn't say no either. In some silent way, they began to respect each other. Then the accident happened. A meteor storm hit the orbiting station. Emergency sirens screamed across the base. Fire and debris fell from the sky. Tyra and Adam ran toward the emergency pod, but there was only one functional unit left. They had no choice. The pod launched, shaking violently. Sparks flew. The cabin lights died. Tyra and Adam sat shoulder to shoulder, breathing hard in the dark. The pod crashed somewhere in the frozen wilderness of Earth. The outside was white and cold. Too cold. Inside the pod, the heaters worked only halfway. Tyra's fur kept her warm, but Adam was shivering. His lips turned pale. You'll freeze, she said. I'll be fine, he whispered. But he wasn't. After a few hours, he passed out. His pulse dropped. Tyra had studied human biology. She knew what to do, but there was no equipment, no medkit, only her, only body heat. She wrapped her arms around him, pressed her warm chest against his back, and slowly, he began to breathe. Better. She stayed like that all night. When he opened his eyes, he didn't speak. He just stared at her. Their faces were inches apart. Then, without warning, his hand touched hers. It was small, warm, human, but it sent a strange current through her skin. She didn't move. He didn't move. Something passed between them, like heat, like a heartbeat, like a pulse deeper than muscle or blood. They didn't talk about it later, just walked together until the rescue ship came. But weeks after returning to her ship, Tyra felt strange. Her senses were sharper. Her heart beat faster. She went to the medical unit. The scan took only seconds. Then it showed her something impossible. 3 glowing dots inside her. Small, alive, growing. No, she whispered. That can't be real. She ran the test again. That same result. She sat down slowly, her claws gripping the edge of the table. Captain Tyra of the Canary Fleet was pregnant, and the father was human. Adam. This wasn't just a mission mistake. This was history. And she had no idea what would happen next. Lieutenant Adam was brushing his teeth when the sky turned green. That's how he knew something was wrong. Outside his small apartment window in New Oslo, the clouds glowed faintly, the same color he remembered from the Canary ship's engine core. A second later, his tablet buzzed. Incoming craft, unauthorized landing zone. Proximity alert, 300 meters. He opened the door. She was already there. Captain Tyra stood still on his balcony. No greeting, no words, just her tall figure, a dark coat over her fur, and those piercing silver eyes. Adam blinked. Tyra. She stepped inside. No invitation, no hesitation. I need to speak with you alone, she said. Adam shut the door. You could have sent a message. No, she said. This is not message material. He nodded, confused, and offered her a seat. She didn't take it. Instead, she stared at him like she was scanning his face, searching for something. I came here because something happened after the crash. Adam raised an eyebrow. You mean the part where we almost froze to death? Or the part where I hugged an alien for body heat? She didn't smile. Her voice was cold. I'm pregnant. Silence. The air between them went still. Adam laughed just a little. What? You heard me. That's Tyra. You're alien. I am aware of that. And I'm human. We did not mate. She cut him off. not in your species way. But canary reproduction does not require full contact. Physical resonance and emotional alignment can trigger conception. Adam just stared. Wait, are you saying hugging me got you pregnant? She exhaled slowly. It was more than a hug. Adam, there was connection. Our bodies shared energy. Your touch activated something in me. Something ancient. He ran a hand through his hair. This is crazy. Tyra finally sat down. I agree. But it is true. I ran the tests 3 times. There are 3 embryos. Half canary, half human. Adam leaned back against the wall, pale. You're serious? I do not joke, she said. Then she added, more softly, especially not about life. Adam stood silent for a moment, then walked to the window. Outside, the sky was turning blue again. He spoke without turning. So what now? Tyra looked down at her hands. I don't know. The council must not find out. If they do, they'll demand examination, control, possibly removal. Adam turned to her. Removal. They'll see them as a threat, an error, something to correct. A cold fear crept into Adam's chest. He had fought in wars. He had seen death. But this was different. This was his. Then we protect them, he said. Tyra looked at him. Together? She asked. He nodded. You didn't come here just to inform me. You came for help. She hesitated, then gave the smallest nod. Yes, he walked closer. Then we figure this out, one step at a time. But Tyra, she looked up. Next time you land a warship on my street, he said, at least warn me. A small smile flickered on her lips. I'll consider it. They didn't hug, didn't hold hands, but as they stood in the quiet of that small room, something passed between them again. Not heat this time, but understanding. And outside, unnoticed by both, a black probe blinked once in the clouds recording everything. Someone was watching. Tyra didn't sleep anymore, not because she was tired. Canary females didn't need much rest during early pregnancy, but because the babies kept moving inside her. Too much, too fast. She stared at the ceiling of the small safe house Adam had prepared, an old mountain cabin near the edge of Scandinavian woods, hidden under camouflage drones, quiet, secure, but not safe. Not when her own body was changing. Her fur had started to darken. Her fingertips glowed faintly, and her heart, normally slow and steady, now raced like a human's. Adam noticed too. You're shivering again, he said one morning. Tyra shook her head. Not cold, just unstable. Adam turned on his old field scanner. The results blinked on screen, and his eyes went wide. Heartbeat ×4, that's you. Plus the 3. He paused. They're growing at twice the speed of normal canary gestation. She looked away. 3 times. Adam sat down, almost in shock. They'll be born in days, not months. Tyra gave a slow nod. I'm not ready. We're not ready. Adam exhaled. What do we even feed alien hybrid babies? That made her smile. Briefly. But then she winced. Her stomach pulsed hard, like something kicked 3 somethings. Adam rushed to her side. They're strong already. Tyra grabbed his wrist and placed it on her belly. A sharp movement hit his hand. Adam blinked. That's not just strong, that's advanced. Suddenly, her eyes widened. Adam, get back. What? Now, she roared, not in pain, but instinct. A protective sound. Her back arched. Her claws scratched the floor. Her mouth opened, but no words came. Just a sharp, alien growl. Adam stepped back. He'd never seen her like this. Not even in battle. Then it passed. She collapsed forward, breathing fast. False labor, she said. Training movements. They're not in pain. Just communicating. Adam frowned. Communicating with who? Tyra looked up. With each other. Adam stared. They're not just growing fast, she said. They're already aware. Outside, a cold wind howled through the trees. Adam locked the door and activated a jammer field. No signals could get in or out. They were alone now. Alone. With 3 unborn hybrid beings who might be more intelligent than either of them realized. And then the wall screen blinked. Incoming call. Unknown frequency. Adam froze. Tyra stood. No one should know we're here. The screen showed static. Then a voice. Captain Tyra, This is Dr. Vallis of the Canary Genetic Control Division. Adam whispered. How did they find us? The voice continued. We know what you're carrying. We don't want the offspring harmed. We only wish to study them in a secure facility. Tyra hissed. Lies. The screen went black. Adam turned to her. They're coming, aren't they? She nodded. They will come for me first. Then the children. Then you. Adam picked up his old rifle. Then let them come. The news broke before dawn. A hacked satellite broadcasted an image across 12 planets. A Canary warrior, a human male, and the glowing scans of hybrid offspring. It took only 10 minutes for the story to reach the Galactic core. It took 5 more for the Canary Council to declare it an international violation. Captain Tyra's face, once respected, was now everywhere. Branded, the one who crossed the line. Some called her a traitor, others a biological threat. Meanwhile on Earth, Adam watched the footage on his datapad. It's gone viral, he whispered. Tyra didn't speak. She stood by the window of their hidden cabin, eyes fixed on the distant tree line. Did you leak this? She finally asked. No, Adam replied, firmly. Did you? Her silence was enough. He walked closer. You told someone. I told one, she said. My sister. I needed advice. Adam nodded. And she betrayed you? No, Tyra said. She loved me, but she feared me more. Just then, a warning alert echoed through the cabin. The perimeter drones had spotted movement. 3 figures approaching, cloaked. Adam activated defense mode. Shields went up, lights dimmed. The cabin prepared for siege. But the attack never came. Instead, a signal reached the door. We come in peace. We want the children protected. Tyra opened the door. 3 Canary stood there. One of them taller, dressed in a robe of silver, stepped forward. Captain Tyra, he said, bowing lightly. I am Scholar Mevin. I've come not as soldier, but witness. The birth of your children is not a threat, it is a revolution. Tyra narrowed her eyes. You speak too easily for a council man. I no longer serve the council, Mevin replied. They fear what they don't control. But I believe your children are the next step. Adam crossed his arms. Why should we trust you? Mevin smiled. Because Earth's governments just signed a treaty to hand you over. Adam froze. What? Tyra hissed. Mevin showed a transmission. Subject Tyra and her hybrid offspring shall be surrendered to the Canary Bio Division. In exchange for galactic technology. They sold us. Adam asked. They're scared, Mevin said. And desperate. Tyra took a deep breath. What do you want, Mevin? She asked. I want to protect what's coming, he replied. But I cannot do it here. Adam clenched his jaw. You want us to run? No, Mevin said. I want you to rise. He handed Tyra a small orb. It pulsed with soft red light. This, he said, is your safe path off-world. I'll guide you to a sanctuary planet untouched, unclaimed. There, your children will be born without war. Tyra looked at Adam. He looked back, then nodded. But deep inside, both knew they weren't just escaping anymore. They were starting a war without firing a shot. A war of ideas, of bloodlines, of the future. And the whole galaxy was now watching. The stars were gone. At least, that's how it felt. The ship landed in complete silence. No cities, no satellites, not even birds. Just a deep violet sky, glowing trees, and strange mist that moved like it was alive. This was Velmaro, planet erased from most maps. No species claimed it. No war ever reached it. The perfect place to hide. Or give birth. Adam stepped out of the ship first, rifle in hand. Tyra followed slowly, one arm on her belly. The babies were close to close. Her breathing was heavier now. Her skin shimmered in odd patterns. I don't like this, Adam said. Tyra looked around. That's the point. No one likes Velmara. It's why no one comes. The third figure stepped off behind them. Scholar Mevin, their secret guide. His voice was low. Here, even gravity listens. Don't make loud moves. Don't break the silence. Adam frowned. Why? Because this planet is old, Mevin said, and it watches. They built a shelter inside a cave of glowing rock. The walls pulsed with faint red light like a heartbeat. Strange plants grew without sunlight. The wind sounded like whispering voices. Is it haunted? Adam asked. Tyra smirked. No, it's sacred. She touched the wall and closed her eyes. My ancestors came here once, long ago, for rebirth. Adam raised a brow. Seems dramatic. Childbirth is always dramatic, she said, wincing. That night, Tyra could no longer stand. It's time, she whispered. Adam froze. Wait, now, already. Her claws dug into the ground. Her breathing turned wild. A wave of pain ran through her spine. Get water, Mevin said. And keep her warm. The babies will come fast and different. As Adam ran for supplies, he noticed something outside, shapes in the mist. Not soldiers, not drones, but watchers. The forest had eyes. Tall creatures stood just beyond the tree line. Not canary, not human. Something older, something still. They didn't move. They only watched. Inside, Tyra roared a sound that shook the stones. Her body arched. Her skin glowed. Light poured from her belly like fireflies breaking free. And then silence, followed by a small, sharp cry. Then another. Then one more. Adam rushed back, breathless, and stopped. 3 small figures lay in Tyra's arms. Not babies, not monsters, something in between. They had soft fur, human eyes, and glowing tails like tiny comets. One of them blinked at Adam and smiled. Tyra, exhausted but proud, whispered, "They're perfect." But Mevin stepped back, face pale. "They're not just alive," he said. "They're aware." "How do you know?" Adam asked. Mevin pointed. The newborns were already sitting up looking at the watchers in the mist. And the watchers were bowing. Adam whispered, "What are they?" Tyra smiled faintly. "Our children," she said. "And maybe the galaxy's new beginning." The babies weren't crying. They were listening. 3 days had passed since Tyra gave birth in the glowing cave of Velmara. The newborns never screamed, never fussed. They just looked quiet, focused, like they were learning every second. Adam sat on a rock, watching them. "I thought babies were supposed to crawl first," he muttered. One of the hybrids turned his head. Slowly, calmly, he understood that. Adam said under his breath. Tyra stood nearby, her eyes sharp. "They're not normal. Not by Canary standards. Not by yours." The smallest child, pale blue fur, bright silver eyes. Suddenly tilted her head and said, in perfect English, "Father." Hungry, Adam dropped the container in his hands. What did she just say? Tyra stepped forward. They spoke their first word. "Yesterday, in my language. Now yours." Adam knelt beside them. "That's not possible." "It is now," Tyra replied. Mevin entered the cave with a strange, glowing root in his arms. "Feed them this," he said. "Velmara's soil grows nutrients for the old blood. They'll be strong." Adam looked at the babies. "They're already strong. Too strong." He wasn't wrong. Each night, their eyes glowed brighter. They never slept. They never blinked. One of them had already floated to inches off the ground while laughing. "They're adapting," Tyra whispered. "Faster than any species in history." That night, something even stranger happened. Adam woke to find the eldest child, Taro, standing at the cave mouth, staring into the dark mist. "Taro?" Adam whispered, stepping closer. "What are you doing?" Taro turned, his small voice calm. "They're scared of us." Double quotes. Adam followed his gaze. Dozens of glowing eyes floated in the forest. The watchers, still there, still silent. Adam shivered. Why would they be scared? Taro raised a hand, tiny, furry, glowing. "Because they know what I am." The mist rolled back. The watchers stepped away. Mevin watched from the shadows. "Adam," he said, "your children are not just hybrids. They're something new, a species born not of accident, but of balance." "What do you mean?" Adam asked. "I mean they can speak to minds. They hear thought. They absorb language. They move without muscle. And one day, they may lead worlds." Adam looked at the 3 tiny figures sitting quietly by the fire. "We called them puppies," he said softly. "But they're not." Tyra smiled faintly. "No, they're not puppies. They're future." Then, without warning, the youngest child lifted his hand and the fire froze. Not burned, froze, midair, still. Blue flames paused like time had stopped. Adam's voice was barely a whisper. "What are we raising?" Tyra stood tall, her voice steady. The galaxy's question and its answer. The sky cracked open. Not with thunder, but with ships. Black, silent, endless. Above Velmara, dozens of Canary war cruisers hovered like giant shadows, and behind them, Earth's drones floated cold and ready. Their mission was clear: capture the hybrids, eliminate all threats. In the glowing cave below, Tyra held her children close. Adam loaded his weapon with shaking hands. "We have no army," he said. "No escape route, no backup." Tyra looked at him, calm. "We have family." The eldest child, Taro, stood between them, his silver eyes glowing. "We are not running." The others, Luna and Kez, held hands, silent, unafraid. Adam whispered, "They're just babies." Mevin stepped forward. "Not anymore." Suddenly, the cave trembled. Not from bombs. From the forest. Velmara was waking. The watchers, those tall, quiet beings in the mist, stepped forward. Hundreds of them. Their skin shimmered with stars. Their eyes glowed gold. They bowed to the children. One spoke in a voice that felt like music in the bones. "We serve the Trueburn." Adam's heart raced. "What does that mean?" Tyra's voice was steady. "They see our children as prophecy." Then the attack began. From the sky, lasers fell like rain. The forest burned. Rocks exploded. Drones closed in. But as they fired, time stopped. Mid-air, the red beams froze. Even sound faded. The children stood in a circle, eyes glowing like suns. No fear, no tears, just power. Taro raised his small hand. The fire turned around. Not just stopped, reversed. The attack beams shot backward into the drones, into the ships. Boom, boom, boom. Above, the sky turned from black to white, and silence returned. Only one ship remained. A voice echoed across the sky. "We don't fear your children. We fear what they will become." Adam stepped forward, holding his son's hand. "You should." He looked at his new family, a human, a Canary, 3 children born of 2 worlds, and an army that never needed to be taught how to fight because it already knew how to lead. The last ship fled. Victory was not just survival. It was the birth of something new. Tyra stood tall, her arm around Adam. "They'll come again." Adam said. She nodded. "Let them." And as the 3 children looked up into the stars, the world around them bowed, not in fear, but in faith, because legends don't come from wars. They come from families no one believed could exist.